Okay, Jen, I'm going to go through your essay and talk about some things that I've highlighted in yellow. And if you don't understand something, you can always stop and rewind and listen again. So, right away here in the beginning, after people, you need a comma because you have a complete idea here. So that means you need to pause, and then which means you're going to explain it. Okay? Down here, when you see this word, what word? You just said communicator, decision maker, enthusiastic. So it's really unclear what word you're thinking of. Here, so this idea, men can be a better leader because they should be able to earn money and take care of their families. I'm not sure how these ideas show leadership characteristics like communicator, decision maker, and enthusiastic. So there's a little bit of a disconnect how they're better leaders because they are stronger so they can earn more money. There's a little bit unclearness there. Okay, so this introduction is okay. I think your thesis is really strong, but I don't see a connection between this introduction and your thesis. It's a little bit like here's some ideas and then boom, here's the sentence that actually is important. Um, like and why do they have bigger roles in society? Confusing. Definitely you need to work on your introduction, okay? But your thesis looks good. Okay, because you started this sentence with since, you don't need so, just delete. And here you say women tend to communicate by using more sophisticated words than men. What research do you have for that? On the other hand, what research do you have that men may not use tasks? I think here you get into that, but I would put this whole part up here, I would move it right here, okay? Um, so that once you make that statement, you can back it up with research. Got it? Um, yeah, I think that that's all that I have. Oh, so also, according to a study, no. When you say according to, you're going to tell me the author. So, for example, according to Gary blah, 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 the author of blah, 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 comma, girls tend to use more words, period, done. Okay, so you'd go from here to your next sentence. Down here, I don't know what's going on here. You've got one, the name printed twice, then Henry Kravis and Professor. So you need to figure out who your authors are. Okay, that's very unclear and very confusing. This confused me when I first read it because I didn't see how that was a positive thing. This idea that women may not like to order the others as men do. It almost sounded like a counter argument the first time I read it. I think you need to add something that helps explain why that's actually a positive thing. Okay. Moving on. So you have this quote about board directors, and which basically says that women think outside of the box and they tend to do things in innovative or different ways. So that's a good quote, but you don't really talk about that beforehand here. And then you say here that women are generally more open-minded, but that doesn't, I don't know if this idea that they might listen to their colleague's suggestion, that's thoughtful, but it's not really supported by the quote. So I would put this kind of stuff up here and then have your quote, okay? Also, you can't just have the quote and then period said by that. you know that there's a better author tag for this, okay? So you need to follow the correct format there. Okay, in your counter argument, you say women's personality is too weak to lead the followers. So this is stated like a fact rather than what somebody thinks. So I would say also these people think that women's personality are blah 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 blah. Okay, here you have the same source and you've introduced it again. You don't need to do that. You would just follow up by saying Schwartz also states that numerous studies over the years. Okay, so you don't need any of this part. And one of the last things is here in recent years you need to use present perfect. So in recent years women have started having opportunities. Okay. So overall, you've got good organization. I understand most of your ideas. I think you just need to clean up some of the, well, maybe I would call it organization, but rearrange some of the sentences and make sure they're in an order so that your ideas are flowing and that your research is in the right place to best support your arguments. Okay?